Coming to store shelves in 2022, Corn Pop and Cacula cereal, made of 100% organic Soylent Green. Cacula's contains crumbs from her famous Cacula cookies, the only cookies served on Air Force Deuce and Delta variant airlines. Here's Watch with Wayne.
There we go. Helps when I turn the microphone on, eh? Fucking turn it. So listen. So yours truly got another fucking role in a movie. Well, it's more of a TV series. It's been around for 4 years now. They're going into season 3. They're doing some shooting. And yeah. Need to say, I got a technician position. So I don't know what the fuck it is or why these people are like picking me, but so be it. Must be slim pickings for people to do these background positions, because why the fuck would they want me? Just saying. So it's a French TV series. So I won't be watching it because I don't know French, but it's a French TV series, and it's called, hold on. I don't even know. Hold on. What? It's this one here.
No, please. I don't want to die.
M'a été transféré.
See, it's like a French one, but it is, I don't even know how to fucking pronounce it. Whatever, it's that one. So that's how it is. So I'll be in this one too, as a lab technician.
Tu veux quoi?
Tu me reconnais?
Really?
À Ottawa, j'avais ma gang.
Yeah, so I'll be a lab technician in that one. Go figure. Fuck you, Dave. Fuck you. So, I can't speak French, but I don't think they care about that. I just think they want to put somebody like me in the background. So, it is pay well enough for your time and travel. Yeah, I guess so. I'll go back. I think I saw you. Where?
Thank you.
There's you. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. They need a gay person in the background. You guys are so fucking mean. You're just rude. But I don't care, because I'll be doing it and you'll be jerking off to me. So, whatever. They're like, hola. Pretty soon Wayne will be too bit for us. Never, Susan. I'm taking you guys with me. You're going to join me on my, I'm going to be the Kevin Bacon of background. Anyways, it is what it is. 6 degrees of Watch What Wayne. There he is in the background. I'm going to be like, where's Waldo? But it's going to be like, where's Wayne? Where's Wayne? There he is. I see his head. Whatever. I don't care. I just want to see how it is, what it's like. You won't be anything like Kevin Bacon. Wow. Wow, that was nice. That was nice, Llama. And I know exactly what you mean by that. Clayton, how you doing? Richard? So, where's Wayne's newest streamer? Yeah. So, Dave, I think Dave belongs on Kick. See you later, Dave. Go over to Kick. Fuck off. Is Wayne going on Naked and Afraid? I am. See you on Kick there, Dave. Kick the dick. All right, got Salty. What do we got here, Salty? If I'm naked and afraid, I'd be naked to be afraid. I'd be afraid to be naked. You guys would be scared if I was naked. Let's see what we got here. It's the Gong Show. It's after midnight, and here we see a bunch of protesters that are blasting, what is it, Stars Banner? Oh, the song. Okay. What is this? Check this out. Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose brushes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we marched, were so gallantly streaming. And against red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star
Hey, Dave, you back yet?
Or the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That was awesome. Boom, 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 boom. You light up my life. Rise and shine, bitches. Cheer. This is well documented information. Oh, look at this.
Are you the Oklahoma City bomber?
Maybe one of the benefits of me talking to you today is that you'll see that maybe not everything is true that you've heard about me.
On the morning of April 19, 1995, a decorated Gulf War combat vet blew up the federal building in Oklahoma City using a truck bomb that he didn't build in a Ryder truck that he didn't rent with the help of a passenger who didn't exist.
Thank you.
Having just gotten away with the largest act of terrorism on U.S. soil to date, the Fort Bragg trained Special Forces Sheep Drip Dropout blended in with the crowd by making his getaway in a car without a license plate and was immediately pulled over. The ATF was the supposed target of the attack, but luckily all of their agents were out of the office that morning. Later that day, the president boldly declared,
"We will find the people who did this.
And
When we do, justice will be swift, certain, and severe."
Except for
John Doe number 2.
John Doe number 2.
John Doe number 2.
who, according to the FBI, never existed. In McVeigh's unprecedented 3.5-week trial, the prosecution didn't show the CCTV footage of him and John Doe number 2 parking the Ryder truck. Didn't explain why 24 separate witnesses mass hallucinated the existence of John Doe number 2. Didn't explain why the government was testing truck bombs and the Army was storing Ryder trucks at Camp Gruber right before the bombing, and didn't talk to the FBI informants who blew the whistle on the plot. But they did collaborate with the CIA, and they did convict McVeigh as the lone wolf bomber and Terry Nichols as his bomb-constructing accomplice. Still, a bunch of crazy conspiracy theorists, including 300 bombing victims, insist on talking about facts and evidence and refuse to simply believe what they've been told a million times by people in tailored suits with well-coiffed hair. They quote the U.S. Army Brigadier General and the FBI crime lab whistleblower and the inventor of the neutron bomb who point out the physical impossibility that the Ryder truck bomb did the damage to the building, but that doesn't matter because if there were other bombs in the building that day, we would have heard about them.
The second explosive was found and defused. I think he said another bomb.
The Justice Department is reporting that a second explosive device has been found.
They then found a third device, which was also larger than the first.
And I see another bomb truck going, so apparently they're going to try to get out that third bomb.
The FBI claims to have lost the footage showing McVeigh and John Doe number 2 parking the truck in front of the Murrah building that morning, but that's understandable because the Bureau has a lot of important evidence to store. Terry Nichols insists the FBI was involved in the plot, but thankfully a judge has saved us the trouble of listening to him by preventing lawyers from deposing him. There was a bomb squad truck parked across the street 2 hours before the blast, but that just shows the authorities were prepared for anything. And
other documents obtained by 2020 show that someone called the Executive Secretariat's office at the Justice Department in Washington and said the Murrah building had been bombed. But this was 24 minutes before the blast.
But that just shows the public was unusually vigilant that morning. Also,
apparently, before the bombing, Governor Frank Keating's brother, Mark, had been working on a novel about a terrorist bombing in Oklahoma City. Stranger still, one of the characters in the novel was named Thomas McVeigh.
But that's probably just a coincidence. McVeigh wrote a letter to his sister where he admitted to being a secret Special Forces operative, and he complained to friends of the pain in his ass from an Army-implanted microchip, but that's crazy because if he didn't actually leave the Army in 1991, there would be proof of that. McVeigh was not executed on May 16, 2001 as scheduled because
the FBI had failed to turn over thousands of pages of evidence to McVeigh's defense attorneys.
But the execution went ahead on June 11th. In a highly unusual and secret agreement, no autopsy was performed. One witness said he was still breathing, and the prison officials admitted his hearse was a decoy. Then, the case was officially closed. And if you question any part of this story, you are a paranoid, wingnut, birther, truther, tenther, prepper, conspiracy loon who'd bring up any of these points ever again. Ever. This message has been brought to you by the friends of the FBI, ATF, DOJ, CIA, SPLC, MSM, and the U.S. Army. And remember, ignorance is strength.
You think he did it? I don't know. Build what's next with an API. Global warming. Warning, lie. I don't know.
In a science. Isn't it true you have a science degree from Yale?
Bachelor of Arts degree.
Is it a political science degree?
Yes, political science.
So how do you get a Bachelor of Arts in a science?
Well, it's liberal arts education and degree. It's a bachelor.
Okay, so it's not really science. So I think it's somewhat appropriate that somebody with a pseudoscience degree is here pushing pseudoscience. Let me ask you this. What's the consensus on parts per million of CO2 in the atmosphere?
About 406 today.
Okay, 406. Are you aware
350 being the level that scientists have said is danger.
Okay, are you aware? 350 is dangerous. Wow. Are you aware that since mammals have walked the planet, the average has been over 1,000 parts per million?
Yeah, but we weren't walking the planet. Let me just share with you that We now know that definitively at no point during the past 800,000 years has atmospheric CO2 been as high as it is today.
The reason you chose 800,000 years ago is because for 200 million years before that, it was greater than it is today. And I'm going to submit for the record.
Yeah, but there weren't human beings. I mean, there was a different world, folks. We didn't have 7 billion people.
So how did it get to 2,000 parts per million if we humans weren't here?
Because there were all kinds of geologic events happening on Earth which spewed up.
Did geology stop when we got on the planet?
Mr. Chairman, this is just not a serious conversation.
Your testimony is not serious. I agree.
Wow. Trying to reason with people like that is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, my eyes itching like a crazy man. So
Isn't it true?
Oh, I tell you, I don't fucking know anymore.
Party or politics. This is not about party or politics. This is about the security of our world. Security of the United States of America.
والله به خدا قسم این انقلاب مفت اومد جانی دست ما نیومده ما باید پاسدار خون شهدا باشیم پاسدار خون شهدا باشیم اونایی که
This is not about party or
So true. So true. Oh, I want to see if I got that John. Let me see here. Retweet this. I'm going to repost that. Hold on. Now this makes more sense, right? Joe Bin Laden. Okay, hold on. I want to pull this up. Canada to imprison anyone who has ever posted hate speech online. Canada to imprison
What do you want to tell Joe Biden
anyone
right now?
who has ever posted hate speech online. Huh? You see that? The Trudeau regime has introduced an overwhelming new law called the Online Harm Bill, C-63, which will give police the power to retroactively search the internet for hate speech violations and arrest offenders even if the offense occurred before the law exists. Like even if it was before. It says the real shocker is that the bill is alarming retroactive aspects. Essentially, whoever said in the past can now be weaponized against you by today's standards. Oh, I'm going to burp. She points out it literally spits in the face of the Western legal traditions, especially the ones about being punished if you're infringed on a law that wasn't valid. I need to get the fuck out of Canada. I need to get the fuck out of Canada bad. Wow. That is crazy. Hate speech. That's anything. That's anything. You're going to jail, don't go Pascal, right? I was watching protests. They threatened us Americans and who wants to take over our country. Good luck on that. Isn't that fucking crazy, though? It's a fascist state. Canada is definitely a fascist state. You think? What do you think? Republic or look at this shit that lunatic posts. Sent you a good whisper on voting. Nice. Do 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 do. Justin Trudeau should be going to jail then. Canada to imprison anyone who has ever posted hate speech online. What constitutes hate speech though? I want to see what the definition is. What? I want to see what they define. What is hate speech? Abusive or threatening speech or writing that expresses a prejudice on the basis of ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, or similar grounds. So anything that's abusive or threatening. Wow. That's what they're saying hate speech is. So abusive or threatening speech or writing that expresses prejudice on the basis of ethnicity or religion, sexual orientation, or similar grounds. We don't tolerate any form of hate speech here in Canada. None. In common language, hate speech refers to the offensive discourse targeting a group or an individual based on inherent characteristics such as race, religion, or gender that may threaten social peace. Wow. You can't talk about common sense. So, hello, everybody. It's Tiffany from Family Life. Hey, Tiffany. Tiffany, so just so you know, Family Life is down and out right now, but there is a live stream. Hold on. So let me get it for you. There is a 24-hour live feed. If you could share it out to people. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me put some church in it. Switch accounts. It's on Wayne right here. I'll get it for you. Here, there's a 24-hour kitty cat feed. We're trying to get everybody that was over there right there. Someone wants to keep that link and share it out afterwards. So it's a 24-hour cat feed right there. See that? So, just so you know. Let's go back here. Verb basing your disagreement with justice. See, exactly. Steve, is that you? Yes. Cash meow. Meow meow. Meow meow. Meow meow. Meow meow. So hate speech is... They're going to go back. Fuck, man. So is this going to be hate speech? Will this be considered hate speech when you're telling somebody to F off? Oh, you hate speeched me. Gordon, thank you so much, my man, for fucking doing that. It was so nice to have an intro tonight. So thank you. Fuck, you're a lifesaver. All right, let's see. We got 2 links here. It's going to be wild, man.
And you know, I have family coming in who I have to let them know to not come to my graduation ceremonies.
Who's being stalked?
Breaking news. One thing is that I guess Hamas is trying to do a ceasefire now, and all these idiots that are on campus losing their salvation. You didn't do nothing. You guys didn't get nothing. And now you got people on campus crying because they're out here acting a fool over a country that will throw you off a building And then they can't go to graduation, they want to cry now. You should have thought about that before you put that stupid mask on and paint your hair and bludgeon people and say anti-Semitic stuff. Maybe, just maybe, you will learn. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com merch link is in the description section. Like and subscribe. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, it just makes my day when I see liberal karma happening. Every time they do stupid stuff, to me, the backlash or the realization kicks in, and it's hilarious. They really thought they was doing something. Free Palestine. Where's Palestine now? Are the Palestinians gonna come and support you now that you're in this position? Just let me know. Somebody let me know. Where's the Palestinian people
hurt yourself.
standing behind you? Where they at? You see them with the wrap on their head? Are they coming to your rescue? They don't give a flying flip about you. And if you went to Gaza, they would take advantage of you and throw you off a building, cut your head off, and feed it to your cat. That's kind of extreme. But they don't got no love for you. Now let's listen to this girl after the reality is struck. And I hope this happened to everybody that's been involved in this. When you go on your first job interview and they go back and look at your resume and find you got arrested for doing this stupid stuff, I hope you don't get a job. Roll the clip.
I mean, I'm a little disappointed.
Well, I'm actually shocked she in college. Let me listen. God forgive me.
Throw you
I'm really
under
not
the
trying to be
tank.
mean. I'm just doing this for educational purposes. She looked very homely.
See, we can't even talk about that because that will that's hate cream. That's hate cream.
Is it because, I mean, a lot of them are wearing masks. They're trying to hide their identity. Do you think that'll work?
It used to work back in the 60s and 70s because it was only recorded on 16mm film. Today, all of this video security cameras are at 1080p and 4K resolution, extremely high resolution that allows you to use AI protocols to identify people by the iris or just a partial exposure of the face. Do you ever wonder how they captured every single person that marched on the Hill and the insurgents? Now, whether they arrested or not didn't matter, but every single individual on that hill eventually was identified using this AI technology today. It's very available, it's inexpensive, and I use it as an employer every time we have a candidate in the executive suite. We do a deep dive and we find out where you came. We're looking for what you say on your resume matching your reality of your life. And obviously, I don't care what side you're on in the protest, but if you're fighting police, burning flags, wrecking properties, breaking through windows, I'm going to know that. And so is the government, so is everybody else. So think about that. That's all I'm telling these young people. Think about it, because it's not free.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned as we attempt to commune with the devil.
Yeah, this is a commercial. That is so fucked.
Nobody, what did you major in? You're going to go to a job interview like this? You look homeless. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm really not.
I'm not gonna play. Paid protesters laugh my ass off, right? Man, I tell you. What we got here?
The U.S. Code, as of right now, would allow illegal aliens to vote in the upcoming presidential election.
Title 18 says, if the alien reasonably believed at the time of voting that he or she was a citizen of the United States, that they are subject to no prosecution. We've seen many, many people coming across the border who are talking about their excitement about voting for Joe Biden and claiming that they are citizens. This is something that I truly believe we could wake up the day after the election and say, what has just happened? And there's no way to undo it at that point. We've got to get ahead of it. We've got to have this debate now.
I mean, so the election already seems rigged.
It does seem like the fix is in. But the American people are the reason for hope.
What? It's gonna get fucking wild. 1984, baby. What's happened to Canada? I'll tell you. What has happened to Canada? This is pretty much it, right? No, I don't know. That might be hate. It might be hate speech. I gotta watch what I show now. It might be hate speech. Go to jail. I tell you. Look at this. What do you think? Oh, yeah, that's his daddy. That is 100% his daddy. I'd like them to do a DNA test. No, not playing that. Fuck that. All right, what am I playing on the Discord here? Under live? This was Michigan? Holy crap. Wow. That's fucked up, man. Look at the destruction by the tornado. Yeah, Michigan heard FedEx building was destroyed. Stay safe, everyone. I would say it's fucked up. What was that other one?
A warm welcome to this talk, and
oh, I'm going to play that after. Same with this one, I think. Is this the same one I watched earlier?
Important. We'll have new vaccines. We're taking things that are, genetically modified organisms, and we're injecting them in little kids' arms. We just shoot them right into the vein. The misinformation about vaccines and associating certain people like myself or Fauci having malign intent with vaccines, that was most acute in the United States. There's no doubt in the next 5 years, we can, we just need to mess around. There are a lot of lipid nanoparticles, and some are very self-assembling. We'll have a TB vaccine, malaria vaccine, HIV vaccine, vaccines are so important. Yeah, I'd probably have one of the highest greenhouse gas footprints of anyone on the planet. Vaccines are so important.
We've invested $10 billion in vaccinations over the last 2 decades, and you figured out the return on investment for that.
That's a pretty strong number.
Do you think life will fully return to what we thought of as normal?
We'll have, starting in the summer, about 9 months where a few things like big public gatherings will still be restricted. Normalcy only returns when we've largely vaccinated the entire global population. It won't be the last pandemic that we face. We'll have to prepare for the next one. That I'd say is will get attention this time.
That scares me when he says this next one will get the attention. That scares me. World Economic Forum, I tell you. Pedos galore. Oh, man. Send this man to Guantanamo, right? Oh, shit.
Of this notion to integrate young leaders is part of the World Economic Forum since many years. When I mention now names like Mrs. Merkel, even Vladimir Putin and so on, They all have been young global leaders of the World Economic Forum. But what we are very proud of now is the young generation, like
Justin
Prime
Trudeau.
Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina, and so on, that we penetrate the cabinets. So yesterday I was at a reception for Prime Minister Trudeau, and I know that half of this cabinet, or even more, half of this cabinet, are actually young global leaders of the World Economic Forum.
And that's true in Argentina too. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's true in Argentina as well.
It's true in Argentina, and it's true in France now. I'm with the president, who is a young global leader.
Oh, fuck. You know what they're doing. Ever wonder why the globalists want morons to lead nations? The dumber they are, the easier they are to control. This is my favorite one. What we are very proud of is that we penetrated the global cabinets of the various countries with our WEF young globalist leaders. Sent you a few on Discord. Sounds good. Thank you.
They're challenging Antifa to a push-up contest. This is unbelievable.
What are you going to do pull-ups? Go do pull-ups on that tent. Right now. If you do more pull-ups than me, you go first.
Wow.
Go do pull-ups on
I
the
never
tent.
thought I'd see this.
Right now.
Antifa is being challenged by frat boys to do
You think this is
push-ups.
about strength? It's about ideas. And I'm built like this, and you're built like this.
I don't know, brother. I bench 225.
Uh-oh.
You bench, I don't know.
They're challenging Antifa. Oh my God.
We don't care what you have to say, you fucking weirdo.
There's literally like 3 people there with a fucking umbrella, and they're calling it Antifa.
You can't make this stuff up, guys. Oh my God, this is amazing.
It's kind of adorable. I think you just bought it.
Guys, hey, thank you for saving this school. You guys are the only ones who can save the school. Unbelievable.
Jonathan Cho,
It's fucked. El fuckode. That was good. I liked it. Boeing 747. I'll play that after. Oh, fuck. I mean, up so early working. I might have to friggin' figure out how to stay up so late. Holy crap. It's like 10 o'clock comes, boom, I'm like ready to crash. Be wary of the Russian disinfo, brave citizens. Like UN. Come on. Do it 1776. It's okay for you to believe what you believe. It's not okay for you to demand others to believe the same thing. That is true. You get 6 hours of broken sleep. Oh, fuck. I don't know. I stand with the thing. I'm going to get in trouble for showing this stuff. These... Do you see Justin Trudeau? Yeah, everybody keeps talking about the weather. Let me see something here. Where is it? I want to see where this weather is. You still have kids, more tiring. Oh, I know. It's freaking crazy. Oh, yeah, we got some storms coming in. Not us. So wait, Detroit, Milwaukee. Yeah, I don't know. I'm tired right now. Like, I can go to bed so bad right now. It's not even funny. Ugh, ouch. What is this? No, it's not letting me play it. Fuck it. All right. What is this? In Greece, a crowd of pro-Palestinian protesters is hitting the streets. Oh, I'm so tired. It just hit me like a ton of bricks. So messed up. This is 81-year-old Irish
Follower of Michael Davitt. My name is Thomas Moore. I'm a follower of Michael Davitt of the Land League. And I've based our campaign in Mayo on Davitt. We are at a crossroads in history where globalization is a serious threat. The indoctrination of our young people with a sexual education.
He's 81 years
far
old.
More advanced than their tender years could absorb in a healthy way. This is an attempt to sexualize children before they normally reach that situation. This is a serious interference with our young people. Now, apart from that, they're building houses in this country. This is the one thing that's most vexatious. Building estates of houses, landscape, everything, and giving them to foreigners, while our people are dying in the streets of Dublin, Cork and Limerick. And none of these houses are going to the Irish people, who are actually paying for them. There are so many other aspects of this. What the government is doing, first of all, it has breached the agreement with the people. They have no mandate for what they're doing, and yet they continue to pummel the Irish people and denigrate them. And they also have betrayed them at a level that's serious. They're talking about joining NATO. Why in hell should Ireland want to join NATO? Do we want to dress up our children in uniforms to have them martyred out in the fields of France or somewhere else? To provide fodder for the American or the British or the French Empire? This is not the way Ireland is supposed to go. And what I'm saying here is, for this government, it is time to go. Your time is up, your expiry date is arrived. So please, abdicate before you are forced to go.
Well done, Tom.
I agree with him. That's what threatened the United. Yeah, he said something about nuking them or something like that, or attacking UK forces that are in Ukraine.
That they had. Tell you who is very much sick of mass immigration from Muslim countries, and that is Ireland. Check out the get-together they had on Monday. They're talking about the ruling party in Ireland, saying they're traitors, and indeed they are if you're Irish and you've seen what's happened to your country over the last 3 years. Here's GB News, which was the only media outlet in the UK to cover this massive demonstration.
It is overflowing, according to the population here. They're saying no more immigration, we can't take any more. And this has been going on for years and years, but over the last 2 years, I've been very much covering it. And I have seen the council houses, the waiting lists. They are getting more and more for everyday local Dublin people, and indeed Irish people. The people here behind are really saying, look, Ireland is Irish, and our culture and social status is being eroded because of the mass migration or immigration into Ireland, and they have come out in their thousands today to protest about it.
But of course, you didn't see that on mainstream media here. You don't see anything about ginormous protests that happen actually quite frequently in many European countries as well as the UK, as natives rise up and say, we don't like what you've done to our country. It's unrecognisable. Cut it out. Why do you think the media don't want to report on this?
Well, it's funny, actually. There was some reporting over in Ireland. The Irish Times has reported on a couple of rallies now. So there was a pro-migration rally last year, and this is what they had to say about that. They said the Ireland for All group, whose anti-racist message brought tens of thousands of people to protest in Dublin on Saturday, said it marked the beginning of a new movement with more events to follow. According to the organisation, about 50,000 people turned out. God, it's like a day at the races, signalling not just a rejection of the recent escalation in anti-migrant demonstration, but calls for diversity. I mean, my goodness, it's just beautiful prose, isn't it? Now, can we get the clip back just for a minute that we showed you before of all those people chanting? Take a look again. Well, this is how the Irish Times reported on that. They said several hundred people marched through Dublin City on Monday in a rally organised by anti-immigration campaigners. I mean, several hundred
Just
people.
a handful, really?
Several hundred times by 100, maybe. Pull the other one, seriously.
And this is what so upsets people, because they know that the political class, the media, are not only not listening, but they demonise them every chance. By the way, I should point out there was another protest in Ireland at the weekend that was quite massive. It was a pro-life protest, and that got almost zero media as well, because that's another one of those narratives that must not be allowed to be expressed. But the Irish people are simply saying we want Ireland to be Irish. And,
what a surprise.
And they are portrayed as being xenophobic for simply saying we actually like our country.
Yes.
It's funny that we're not insisting that other countries become Western, but Western countries have to somehow accept that we've got to become something other than what we are. And as Mark Stein points out in his brilliant book, After America, where he talks about demography is destiny,
it is.
He simply asks the question, can America still be America but with different people?
No.
Of course, the answer is no. And that's all the local people in Ireland are saying, and the media demonise them.
And yet we are seeing it happen across the West relentlessly, and the media won't report on it, and the government will keep doing what it's doing. We're seeing it happen here on a smaller scale here in Australia, but it's slowly but surely. And it's the same here. Aussies are a lot more chill, but if they were honest, I think they too. And what really gets me about all this anti-white sentiment that's being sown into our young people, and whites are always the bad guys and they're colonisers and all the rest of it, we are the minority on the planet. If you're watching today and you are white, you and me make up less than 10% of the world's population. That's a fact. Schmoogle it. And so this idea that we're just the worst kind of people, we oppress everybody else, and therefore immigrants from anywhere whatever
Gordon.
culture, whatever creed should be welcomed into the West and nothing's going to change. It's just plain
Gordon, I got a
untrue,
question
and
for you.
Everyone knows it.
And I think our time will come in terms of people standing up against it because, you know, we do tend to be a bit behind the rest of the world. But mark my words, we will get.
Okay, so listen. I got another job shooting as a background technician, lab technician. Okay. But it's a French TV series. On my profile, I have that I only speak English, but they still picked me. Would they pick me knowing that I don't speak French? Or am I going to show up on set that day and be like fucking lost? So there's 2 movies now. One movie and one TV series. Maybe I should get an agent. What's Ranchy French? Do you soak French? Sure. If they picked you for background. Yeah, it's just a background technician. It's like a lab technician for this police TV series. So I'll be in the background wearing like a lab coat or some shit like that. And I'm sure the filmmaker can speak English. Do it? Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing all of them. I'm getting picked for like all of them. Like I applied for like all these positions and I'm getting like I have to pick my dates now. They only want me to show my feet. Nice. So I don't know. It is cool though. How much do extras get paid? A common rate for a single day of background work is about so it's about $600 on their union status. Generally, union talents will be hired for either 10 or 12-hour days with additional pay provided should production run overtime. All right. So it's about $500 for the day. So I got 2 of them so far. Colton can be my agent. Yeah. Hockey, yeah, agent and a football agent. Yeah, it's in Canada. If it was in the States, I would stay there. Okay, so I'm going to do it. Hell yeah, network and see if they're looking for kids for stuff and get them working for you. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Hold on. Hell yeah. Network and see if they're looking for kids for stuff and get them working for you. What do you mean? My kids? I should apply to get my kids, eh? Is that what you're talking about? My kids plus food is normally provided? I'm just gonna be like the Kevin Bacon of backgrounds. But like in every background movie, you're gonna see my bald head. Hey, every fucking background, you just see me. This will be the background. So I'm doing it anyways. It says different wigs, different person. It says I got to be there from 6 a.m. in the morning till 6 a.m. the next morning. So a full 24 hours. So it's going to be interesting. Makes me feel good, Wayne. It's supposed to be better than you cut, and I don't have nothing hardly. Yeah, so 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. Oh, man. Yeah. So I don't know what the fuck that's going to do. Should I be in a union? Careful with your kids. A lot of production companies won't allow parents around. Fuck them then. Besides the lab coat, maybe you can wear a wig also. Maybe. Don't fart too much on set. I'll try not to. Just be prepared to do a lot of hurry up and wait. Hey, I'm fine. Do I get to see? Do I get to watch them do it? Because I'm only doing it just to see how they're making the videos. I could care less about being in the movies. I just want to see how they do it. I want the experience of watching them film and talk and shit like that. That's what I want. Yeah, that would be the cool part. Look at their equipment. Look at how they do stuff. Yeah, I just think it'd be cool.
This was a very big day, a very revealing day. As you see, their case is totally falling apart. They have nothing.
Yeah, exactly,
on
Gordon.
records,
Exactly.
And even something that should bear very little relationship to the case. It's just a disaster for the DA, for the Soros-backed DA. It's a disaster. This whole case is just a disaster. If you read the legal scholars, you'll see, because they're writing about it, they've never seen anything quite like it. And neither have I. I should be out campaigning right now. So this was a very big day.
I'll stream whenever I'm not on set and stuff like that. Keep you guys updated. It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Does the investigation?
I don't know if I did it. You want to know that? You want to know the funny part is that I did it just as a joke. I did it just as a joke. I couldn't sleep. I was having like a little bit of a panic attack or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I woke up and I was like antsy and this and that. So I wanted to do something to distract myself. So I ended up, it was on Facebook, and then I seen on Facebook, do you want to be in a movie, blah, 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 and this and that, apply here. So I applied, and next thing you know, boom. They're calling me for the first movie. Now they're calling me for a TV series. And the one TV series has already been out for like 3 years. So they're like calling me for everything. Yes, do you live by? I live by New York State. Change is gonna feel weird, but you will fit in well. What TV? It's a French TV show. Like I don't even know the. Oh. Now the one movie, the movie I'm gonna be playing in, is hold on. It's called Love at First Frost Sight, and it has Joe and Lacey Charbo. So these two people. Actually, I wonder if I put that here. So these two actors. So him.
This is a switch.
Hold on.
Bike.
This is a switch bike.
Show was terrific.
So I'll be on set with him.
You guys won the Golden Globe last year. You just
did.
got a SAG nomination.
Very
Screen Actors
exciting.
Guild,
Yeah.
for Best Ensemble. Very good. That must be. I'm just going to imagine that's a fun show. I enjoy watching.
So I'll be on set with him. And then the other one is with Joe. And then the other one is here.
Lacey.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
My goodness, thank you so much for having me.
I'm so psyched to have you here. We just had Lindsay Lohan was just on the show.
Yes.
And we were talking about Mean Girls, and we showed a picture of Jingle Bell Rock scene.
So I'll be on set with her as well. She's 41, but I think she's married. One frame is all I have to show for it. Exactly. I don't even care about being in the movie. Honestly, don't even care. I just want to meet the people and see how they do stuff. That's all I care about. I think it'd be cool just to meet them. It'd be just cool to just meet them and see how they do stuff. Just meet the people, network, talk to them. You know, my specialty is security, investigations, stuff like that. You never know. Maybe they'll need somebody like me around. So, what's BS? What's BS? What part? The part where you're still talking in the chat? So I think it'd be cool. I really want to see how they do the lighting and the cameras. I think that'd be fucking cool. And you never know, just meeting the people that are doing it, like, it'd be cool.
Life on October 7th. That hatred was brought to life. That hatred was brought to life on October 7th in 23. On the sacred Jewish holiday, the terrorist group Hamas unleashed the deadliest day of the Jewish people since the Holocaust. Driven by ancient desire to wipe out the Jewish people off the face of the earth, over 1,200 innocent people, babies, parents, grandparents, slaughtered in their kibbutz,
Nice bridge.
massacred at a music festival, brutally raped, mutilated, and sexually assaulted. Thousands more.
I just think it'd be
carrying
cool to meet them.
wounds, bullets and shrapnel from the memory of that terrible day they endured. Hundreds taken hostage, including survivors of the Shoah.
You're just trying to get those voters, buddy. That's all you're trying to do.
Now, here we are, not 75 years later, but just 7.5 months later. And people are already forgetting. They're already forgetting that Hamas unleashed this terror. It was
Because you
Hamas
suck, Dave.
that brutalized
It's because you're too busy in the back sucking off.
Israelis. It was Hamas who took and continues to hold hostages. I have not forgotten, nor have you, and we will not forget.
Yeah, he won't forget. But he can't even remember where the fuck he is right now. He's like, I don't know, forget. I fucking forgot. Speaker Mike Johnson calls for a ceasefire against Donald Trump to be dropped. Cases.
We need accountability.
Ceasefire. I'm reading the fucking Israel thing at the same time I'm reading this.
President Trump has done nothing wrong here, and he continues to be the target of endless lawfare. It has to stop. And you're going to see the United States Congress address this in every possible way that we can, because we need accountability. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's bigger than President Trump. It's about the people's faith in our system of justice. And we're going to get down to the bottom of it. All these cases need to be dropped because they are a threat to our entire system. President Trump has done nothing wrong here, and he continues to be the target of endless lawfare. It has to stop. And you're going to see the United States Congress address this in every possible way that we can, because we need accountability. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's bigger than President Trump. It's about the people's faith in our system of justice. And we're going to get down to the bottom of it. All these cases need to be dropped because they are a threat to our entire system. President Trump has done nothing.
Wayne, be careful not to sit on any couches. Why? I don't understand. Sit on any couches. Did you get my pig whisper? That's dirty talk right there. Oh, yeah. This is Dave's wife. He was taking her home. It was Dave taking his wife home. All right. Dave not taking no for an answer. Okay, did you say casting couches? No sitting on casting couches? Why? Have to suck cock? Dave, is it that bad to suck cock to get a role in a movie? Let me know.
Drank each other's blood might mislead. I guess drank each other's blood might mislead people, or like people are imagining us with like goblets and we're like Game of Thrones drinking each other's blood. It's just a few drops, but yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only. It is used for a reason, and it is controlled where it's like, let's shed a few drops of blood and each drink it. He's much more haphazard and hectic and chaotic, where he's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul, let me bleed on you. It doesn't not happen, let me tell you. Maybe not exactly like that, but a version of that has happened many times.
Okay. Love you a long time. Awkward. Look at this. An Antifa attacks an American patriot, and they discover it was better not.
Hey! Hey, stop! Hey! Where is he? What's up? Huh? Take your fucking shit. What are you doing? What are you doing? What's up? Take your fucking shit back. What are you doing? Why are you not okay? Huh? Hey! Because you're pepper spraying us, dumb fuck. Hey! What are you doing?
She's a man. She's a man's man. Did you know that Google can listen to your conversation?
Manage your Google. Here's how to stop giving Google permission to listen to your conversations. First, go to Google and then click on Manage your Google account. Once you get there, click on Data and Privacy. Scroll down until you see Web and App Activity and then click it. Once you're on this page, make sure you unclick this check mark that says Include Voice and Audio Activity. Also, make sure you unchecked Include Chrome History and Activity from all sites. They don't need that information for sure. And last but not least, make sure you delete all the history that they have on you. Make sure you like and follow for more.
What?
Here's how to stop giving Google permission to listen to your conversations. First, go to Google and then click on Manage your Google account.
Hold on. Okay. Going to Google. And I'll go here. Manage your Google account. Okay, I'm going to do it. And then Data and Privacy. Yeah.
Once you get there, click on Data and Privacy. Scroll down until you
Okay, History and Web. History and Web Activity.
see Web and App Activity and then click it.
All right, click it. Includes voice, audio activity. Yeah, I have that all taken off.
Once you're on this page, make sure you unclick this check mark that says Include Voice and Audio.
Yeah, mine's all off. Good boy. Thank God. Thought it was something. I do that for all my accounts. Mine's off. That's off, so I'm good. is this? AstraZeneca withdraws COVID vaccine worldwide after admitting jabs could cause rare blood clots.
Fucking do it.
Judge Merchan just said.
Throw him in jail. Fucking do it.
Judge Merchan just said it's clear the $1,000 fine is not working. He said going forward, this court will have to consider a jail sentence. He then said the last thing I want to consider is jail. You are a former president and possibly the next president.
Fucking do it. Every indictment, every charge, every accusation, this man gets more and more donations and more support from the people. Fucking do it. Every single time news like this comes out, he makes a huge jump in the polls. Fucking do it. The best part about this is if they do inevitably throw him in jail, and they fucking might. This is like the 10th or 20th time he's violated the gag order and paid the fine. Clever let it ride through the summer, right? He's goading them because he's showing up with this money just ready to pay it. Unconcerned, unbothered. They throw him in jail. Before the election, he will win the election. And then the best part is if he wins the election, he can be president from the jail. And if this is, in fact, all a movie, I cannot think of a better ending to a movie. From the jailhouse to the White House. His inauguration day will be epic. We'll have him coming out of the jailhouse, walking along and unshackled and put into a limo and then driven to the White House. It would change everything. Our Congress, they're just falling apart. They're falling apart. More and more people recognize that our Congress doesn't really do anything. They just talk a lot. They hold a lot of hearings. They say a bunch of words. They write a bunch of strongly worded letters, but they don't really do anything, and they haven't for a really long time. Throw them in jail. Do it.
Do it. I like her.
This is terrible. In the U.
Moderna CEO admits to crimes against humanity. Check this out.
Just look at long COVID. This is terrible. In the US so far, there's been 16 million people. 16 million people with long COVID, mostly young people in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s. You hear some stories that are horrible. Somebody who used to be able to jog 5 kilometers a day can barely walk now because the lung damage, which is permanent, is very profound. And it's around the world, young people. 4 million Americans out of job right now because of long COVID. Think about the impact it has on them as people, their families, and on the economy. Think about it as the impact on inflation, just having this talented labor pool not available to create value. You know, a lot of time we talk about healthcare, but I would like to propose that we actually talk about healthcare, but it's not healthcare that we are doing as a society. It's sick care. We are mostly taking care of people that are sick. And if you think about it, we have to really invest much more in prevention. Just look at long COVID. It is terrible. In the US so far, there's been 16 million people. 16 million people with long COVID, mostly young people in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s. You hear some stories that are horrible. Somebody who used to be able to jog 5 kilometers a day can barely walk now because the lung damage, which is permanent, is very profound. And it's around the world, young people. 4 million Americans out of job right now because of long COVID. Think about the impact it has on them as people, their families, and on the economy. Think about it as
long
the impact
COVID,
on inflation,
yes.
just having this talented labor pool not available to create value. You know, a lot of time we talk about healthcare, but I would like to propose that we actually talk about.
You know what's really funny is not one person that hasn't been vaccinated that's got COVID has long COVID. Only people that have been vaccinated that got COVID have long COVID. Not one person that is not vaccinated, let me repeat that, not one person that has not had COVID vaccine has long COVID. Coincidence? I think not.
Healthcare, but it's not healthcare that we are doing as a society. It's sick care. We are mostly taking care of people that are sick. And if you think about it, we have to really invest much more in prevention. Just look at long COVID. It is terrible. In the US so far.
It's fucking bad. How long do you want COVID? Long. Like a long time.
If I break my arm, I'm going to never talk to a doctor
about my general health ever again. If I break my arm, I'm going to go see a doctor. If I need surgery, I'm going to go see a doctor. My general health, never again. None of them know what they're talking about. They're all full of shit. All they know is to put you on pills and put you on medicine. That's all they know.
150,000 people, up to 600,000 people a year die prematurely because of medical malpractice, wrong surgeries performed in the wrong place or the wrong time. That's stuff that's left.
A hospital is currently being sued after it has been accused of posing a patient to look alive for her family 2 hours after she died in a surgery. The patient died after her artery was allegedly severed during the operation. What?
The laws in most states are not written in favor of suing doctors. There's a lot of reason for that, but let's start with the basics. You don't sue a doctor just and say, well, they're negligent. They have to have fallen below the standard of care. Well, what's the difference? The difference is if the mistake you're saying the doctor made is one that most doctors would have made, it's something that everyone does. That's how we do this type of procedure, this type of work. You can't just sue a doctor because you think it could have been done better. You have to prove they fell below the standard of care, which means you need another doctor and that specialist. What does that mean? A lot of money and a lot of time, because doctors are not in a huge hurry to say another doctor made a mistake. It does not make you popular amongst your doctor friends. So they are very expensive. Juries in most jurisdictions hate lawsuits against doctors. You'll hear far more verdicts in favor of doctors in most states.
Wow. Look at this. A young boy dies in a trial for Pfizer experimental gene therapy for muscular I don't know how to say it. The company told patients advocates Tuesday. Dystrophy. I don't know how to fucking pronounce it. We are absolutely devastated to hear about the sudden passing of our young boy, 2 to 3 years old, who was participating in a Pfizer phase 2 daylight study. Dystrophy. Got it. That's fucked. They knew what they were doing.
Comments about, I'm glad the left's taking the poison shots. They're servants of evil and they're a bunch of dumbasses. I'm glad they're dying. Those are people who didn't have good parents, people that didn't get love, people.
Wow.
And an egg and fertilize that. So I could make a sperm out of your skin cells and
I can make a sperm out of your skin cells.
Egg and fertilize.
Dave, thank you.
Clone me. I could clone you. I won't do that because it's illegal, but biologically we could do that. So I can make organs, mini organs from you and test drugs. And what we're doing in the lab is we have personalized medicine. Wow. So when you come to my lab and you have to promise you're going to come, I'll show you we grow these mini brains in the lab. And we've got them from people that are predisposed to Alzheimer's or not. And we have a way to age those brains so that they're now 80 years old, even though they're only a few months old. And they lose their ability to fire electrically. They become demented in the dish, little mini brains. And so we give them Alzheimer's and dementia in the dish. And then what we do is we have the system to turn on those 3 embryonic genes, OS and K, and those brains go back in age. But here's the cool thing. Alzheimer's goes away. They get the electrical activity comes back. And now we do this in a mouse. We make the mouse older, just let them age out, we accelerate it. And we've been now reversing the age of those brains in the mice. And you can guess what happens. They get their memory ability to learn back. Unbelievable. I could make a sperm out of your skin cells.
This explains in The Boy from Brazil. It's fucked up is what it is. What is this? Watch the little guy. Watch the little guy. What the fuck? Pfizer. Brought to you by Pfizer. Spin kick. A tornado kick.
Gentlemen, it is Wednesday, December 3rd.
guess drank each other's blood.
Where is that other video? I played these. I got this. Oh.
There's 33 years, 33 vertebrates in your spine. There's 33 years in the life of Jesus Christ. Substance that comes from your medulla, which looks like the Ark of the Covenant, has angel's wings around it, the whole thing. Trip down your spine to your sacrum, which is Christ coming down into human form. And if you don't squander that essence, that sexual essence, it ascends again and goes back up to heaven, which is your thing. It's also the story of Santa Claus. Why he comes down the chimney is because this juice or this substance actually passes what's called the claustrum, which is where they got Santa Claus. So it goes down the chimney and back up the chimney. 33 vertebrates in your spine. There's 33.
I don't know. 33 degrees in Masonic.
All ongoing, but let's just say you didn't know about this. How do you avoid a root canal? What happens if you get an infection? Well, it's pretty simple. Number one, that's not going to happen when you're using the black human seed oil ongoing, but let's just say you didn't know about this. You get an infection. Now you got a problem. You don't want to take antibiotics. You simply go and get the unrefined sea salt from the store, and you can really get any sea salt. Just make sure it's not heavy metals and microplastics. And you put 2 tablespoons inside of a glass of water. You stir it in until it's fully dissolved. A glass of water about this big, that's about 16 ounces. And you get it fully dissolved. It's super, super strong, right? You take that water and you sip that throughout the day. You fill your mouth up throughout the day and you swish it. You got to swish it for a couple of minutes. It's going to be really salty. It's irritating. But what it does, it goes in, that your body absorbs that in there, and this stuff nukes infections. Just try it out and you'll see. All the swelling will go away, all the pain will go away, and just do that until that tooth is back again. You don't need to kill the tooth.
I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I trust that. Why are all Canadians cuckoo? I don't know. Just 2 tablespoons of salt and water and squish it. Rinse it out through your mouth for a couple
How do you
days.
avoid a root canal? What happens? Fill your mouth up throughout the day and you swish it. You got to swish it for a couple of minutes. It's going to be really salty. It's irritating. But what it does, it goes in, that your body absorbs that.
So just 2 tablespoons of salt. Sea salt. When you join a cult for secrets, what does that say about you? I don't know. Who joined a cult?
Schools train people to be ignorant with style.
So how could it still look so fresh? Believe it or not, it's been sitting out for 11 days. So how could it still look so fresh? It's because it's being packed and gassed in a special process that most people never heard about, using a harmless amount of carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen, which keeps the meat looking fresh and bright red.
How long through this process can you make a piece of meat continue to look bright red?
Masons. Yeah.
Long time. A
Like
long time.
2 days, 3 days?
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Weeks.
Dr. Ed Mills is a professor of meat science at Penn State University, and he says the color of the meat doesn't necessarily indicate it's fresh.
The consumer can't believe their eyes.
Because the consumer can't tell to look at the product that this is 2 weeks old or 3 weeks old. They have to look at the sell-by date on the package.
To demonstrate how well carbon monoxide gas works, we left 2 cuts of lamb out at room temperature. One was gas-packed, the other no gas. After a few days, the untreated meat turns a dark, unappealing color. But the gas-packed meat stays red, even after being left out for 8 days. The only visible sign of spoilage is the package puffing out and a bad odor when opened. We had the meat analyzed in a lab, and it's no surprise that both cuts are loaded with bacteria.
Probably after a few days in room temperature, it's not fresh, but it looks fresh.
Without refrigerated storage, I can't assure that the product is safe to consume.
A consumer can't look on the ingredients here
No.
and see that there's gas added
No.
to this package.
No, they'd have no way of knowing it.
John Nicolai heads a union that represents butchers in New Jersey. He thinks meat should be fresh cut in stores by trained butchers.
Tell the
I agree.
consumer, put up a big sign saying, we do not cut any fresh meat in this store.
He told us to talk to this union butcher in New Jersey.
All of the meat that I see here in this display wasn't actually cut here. No. None of it's cut here. Nope. Do the customers really know that there's gas in some of this packaging?
I don't believe.
That's fucked. That is fucked up. You'll have Trump.
Incited an erection. Let's talk about the fact that President Trump incited an erection.
His various cases of, he's got charges of inciting an erection.
Donald John Trump incited the erection.
They didn't like Donald Trump. They said he participated in an erection.
Let's talk about the fact that President Trump incited an erection.
Believe it or not, it's been sitting out for 11 days.
Sorry, I had to mix the two. Believe it or not, it's been sitting out for 11 days. Right?
Not, it's been sitting out for 11 days.
Roddy Piper passed away. Roddy Piper. He was really trying hard to,
Hulk Hogan, eh?
Toxic, flammable environmental hazard. We take that same chemical weapon that's an acute toxic, flammable environmental hazard, and we ship it to compound pharmacies that put it in supplements and protein powders and energy drinks that you drink. Right? You ever heard of a Celsius energy drink? Celsius energy drink has 4 times the amount of daily cyanide that a human being's meant to ingest. 4 times. That's just one sample. So drink Monster or Bang. Drink Bang, not Monster or Celsius, right? Bang has methylcobalamin. This has cyanocobalamin. So, and we wonder what, we're putting these toxic chemicals. He says, where we get the hydrogen cyanide? Don't make me take you to that website because you'll just get up and leave. I wonder, do you know where we would get hydrogen cyanide? Because these facilities that actually compound this B12, they don't even pay for the hydrogen cyanide. You know where they get it? Human sewage treatment plants. It is the waste from a human sewage treatment plant. It's called sludge. It's foamy yellow sludge. They scrape it off the top, they dry it, turn it into a powder, ship it to a facility.
I've seen the Storm's Master Meatball.
Synthesize it with a metal and put it in your vitamins. They take metal, hydrogen cyanide, and put it in our supplements. So that's exactly, so when you get home tonight, I want you to take all of your supplements and protein powders, spin them around, look for that word cyanocobalamin, and if it has it, throw it in the trash, right? And do that for your kids too.
I'm built different. The question is not why does Justin Trudeau suddenly not love his country, because the question is ridiculous. I live this country in my bones every breath I take, and I'm not going to stand here and somehow defend that I actually do love Canada, because we know I love Canada. The question is what's happening.
Do you see the acting? Do you see the acting there? You remember he used to be a drama teacher, right? Do you see the acting? Like, look at him. What a fucking, you get so fake.
Not why does Justin Trudeau suddenly not love his country, because the question is ridiculous.
Here's the acting. Here it is.
I live this country in my bones every breath I take, and I'm not going to stand here and somehow defend that I actually do love Canada, because we know I love Canada. The question is, what's happening to our country? Why do millions of Quebecers not see themselves in this government? Why do millions of women not recognize this country? Why do millions of young people disconnect from our politics, from our world? Because they do not see the Canada that we've built over decades, reflected not in the policies of this government, but in the values that this government's putting forward. This country is a country of openness, of respect, of compassion, of the rule of law, of the rights of the individuals, of freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom from crime, freedom to love who you want and not be judged for it, freedom to do what you want with your body. These freedoms are the very things that Stephen Harper and his government are trying to take away. So ask me if I'm upset at the direction he's taking this government and this country. It's not about policies.
Rob, I'm talking about opting out of that Canada. Because
I am not
opting out of that Canada.
What I am talking about is the fact that there are millions of Canadians who don't see in the direction that this government is taking, a direction that is consistent with Canada. We think back to different governments. The Progressive Conservatives under Brian Mulroney, who were not necessarily loved or beloved by many, many people. They had a vision that you could agree with or disagree with, but you believed that they believed in a bigger and a better Canada. We no longer see that with Vic Tave's disgusting internet bill today, with the references to Hitler, with the bringing down of the level of debate to where it is right now. Canadians should be outraged. Canadians shouldn't be asking, ooh, does Justin Trudeau actually want to separate? Of course not. But will Justin Trudeau fight with his very last? Canadians shouldn't be asking, ooh, does Justin Trudeau actually want to separate? Of course not. Want to separate? Of course not. Actually want to separate? Of course not. But will Justin Trudeau fight with his very last breath to make sure that this Canada stays the Canada that we collectively know it can be? Absolutely.
Merci beaucoup. I love the ending. Did you see the ending? Merci beaucoup. What a fucking guy. What a guy, yeah. What a fucking something.
Forbids friendship between Muslims and non.
Israel scientists claim it's pure luck. They were already working on a COVID vaccine prior to outbreak. Okay.
You grab your food, check this out. You grab your food yourself. You scan it yourself.
You suck.
You check out yourself, and it asks if you want to leave a tip. Who am I tipping? Myself? Check this out. You grab your food yourself. You scan it yourself. You check out yourself, and it asks if you want to leave a tip.
Just the tip, baby. Just the tip.
Of endless law. President Trump has...
I already played that one. Thank you, though. Oh, let's see what else. Bridge. Just the tip. The tip thing is getting absurd. Majorly. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, why won't this go? There we go. I'll ask my boss to get 20%. Yep.
We're on an easy street, and it feels so sweet.
I should change up those sounds. We should change up all the sounds.
This is America.
This is America.
The greatest nation on earth.
You are the doctor, they say, who can work miracles.
maybe 1% of vision.
This is one of the reasons why I appreciate.
And it feels so sweet.
Salty. Thanks for the sub.
Thank you.
What do we add anyways for subs? Oh, we're over 200. Nice.
You early on in the whole pandemic, like asking real questions about the vaccines and so on and so forth. Because as somebody who does have a heart issue and whose dad died at age 45 of a sudden heart attack, I'm very tuned into heart health. And I have 3 kids, including 2 boys. And so I don't appreciate when people try to shame doctors like you out of asking questions, because there are invariably people like me all over the place, millions of us, who would like to also know those answers and don't want people like you who have a public microphone and the education to ask smart questions about these matters from being silenced out of asking them.
Thank you. I agree. I felt like I was running the French underground here. That was trying to just make sense of things and broadcast quietly to the enlightened. And it's gotten the same, and it's maybe a little worse right now. I mean, this unfortunate thing that happened at the NFL yesterday, which we'll talk about in a minute, triggered everybody. It triggered everybody. It's very bizarre. And when physicians get together, I was just on a Twitter Spaces where a bunch of doctors were together, and we really only disagreed on one point, and really it was just one point, and it needs to be answered. Should we be concerned about the risk, the all cardiac cause risk to young males from the Moderna vaccine? Should we be worried about that? Yes or no? And if we are worried about it, what is that relative risk of the vaccine versus COVID itself? Just somebody please answer that question. And these, I was talking with one doctor, he said, I think you're going to be very much more at risk from COVID. And I said, you may be right. I actually don't have an opinion. I just want the answer. I don't care who's right, but somebody's going to be right and somebody's going to be wrong. And until we get that answer, we can't know who that is or what we should be doing. Again, we can't even render informed consent to patients. And in California, we risk our license if we bring the whole topic up.
Can I tell you, it's not just the licensure boards, it's the news media too. Like I will tell you that I happen to know that ABC News spiked a big story they were working on young cardiac deaths in relatively young teenagers, like 17, 18-year-olds. They were preparing a report and suddenly it got pulled. Why? Why would you pull a report like that? Like in the wake of COVID, in the wake of vaccines. And I'll bet you dollars to donuts is because it was leading down a road that would have looked like they were questioning the safety of vaccines or heart health in the wake of the pandemic. Either one, they felt uncomfortable and they pulled it, right? So it's like, this happens all the time, right? If you're going anywhere near one of the sacred cows, you better be really effing careful, because you're going to get not just Twitter blowback, forget that. That's a one-day thing. You're going to get potentially canceled. You could get fired. You could lose your license. Like, it can get absolutely devastating, which is how they're chilling free speech across the board. It's not just the Twitter files and Fauci and the White House coordinating with Twitter to suppress views of Dr. Martin Kulldorff of Harvard on vaccines and so on. It goes way beyond that. And everybody who's paying attention at this point knows it. They either care or they don't care.
Yep, that's exactly right. You mentioned earlier how some of the regulatory officials have changed their tune. I want to read you a tweet. When did this come out? On New Year's Eve or the day of New Year's Eve, I think it was. Yeah, 12:30. From Rochelle Walensky, the director of the CDC. Here's her opening statement. We can't stop the spread of COVID-19. I was like, what? You just shut the world down, insisting that zero COVID safety uber alles was the only option, and you were willing to destroy millions of lives to do it, and now just coyly open a tweet with, we can't stop the spread of COVID-19, which is true. That's true. You can't stop the spread.
Oh, that's fucked up. That is fucked up. Okay, I'm going to leave that there.
It's an act of war. Long live. It's learning time. It's learning time. It's learning. Fuckers out there in the back of the room who are destroying all these universities and cities.
Oh, yeah, I can't talk about that. Can't talk about that. Get in trouble.
Met Gala tickets are $75.
Before my father died, I had a baby with him. And it will be raised in captivity. It'll be raised privately to be the greatest politician that has ever lived. My name is Meghan McCain, and I'm on a news show called The View. And Donald Trump, that fucking riverboat casino captain, is talking shit about my father again. My father was tortured for 100 years for this fucking country, and he came back and he started 7 wars because he's a gentleman. Fuck you, Trump. I'm gonna wear my father's skin mask, and I'm gonna primary Trump from the right. Come on The View, bitch. If you're that tough, come on The View. You want it, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? You want this shit? You want to fuck these tits, Trump? You want to fuck these tits? No, you don't. You want to suck cock. But I won't fuck you because the only person I'll fuck is Daddy. I'll fuck his corpse. I'll fuck Daddy's corpse.
That escalated quickly.
My fellow Americans, you deserve the truth, and I know you can handle it.
My name is Jonna Mendez, and I was chief of disguise at the CIA. One of the things that was going on when I was chief of disguise was an enormous research program into the new advanced disguise system. It was basically the masks that everybody always wondered if we used masks, and this was the beginning. This is a series of photographs of when I met George H.W. Bush in the Oval Office and revealed to him that I was briefing him wearing a mask.
Thank you.
Now, in particular, and regarding this photograph, it is a Getty's image photograph. If you go to the link, you can see the photographer, all those kinds of details, who took it. So what is the anomaly with this particular photograph?
Do you have any people paid by the CIA who are working for television networks? This, I think, gets into the kind of getting into the details, Mr. Chairman, that I'd like to get into in executive session.
It was a big challenge to come up with something that finally actually animated and worked to really fool a person, but we did.
They learned the art.
We actually brought Hollywood back into our labs at one point to look at what we had done, and they were stunned. They're absolutely stunned.
Congratulations.
My husband was Tony Mendez, and he was played by Ben Affleck in the movie called Argo.
Aliens and robots?
Thank you.
Yes, you're telling me that there is a movie company in Hollywood right now that is funded by the CIA?
Yes, sir.
Are there many actors in
Called
Hollywood
having
who also
kids,
moonlight
Dave.
as agents, do you think?
I think there are probably quite a few, yes. I think probably Hollywood is full of CIA agents, and we just don't know it. And I wouldn't be surprised at all to discover that, this was extremely common.
Tony, they didn't mention it in the movie, but Tony had deep connections to Hollywood, to the tradespeople out in LA that did a lot of things we were interested in doing. Special effects people, makeup people. Tony was chief of disguise 10 years before I was chief of disguise. And so he passed on some of his expertise to me. But he had a particular interest in the magic industry out in LA. Not so much the magicians on the stage, but the people that were working behind the scenes to make that magic happen. So we went to LA and we posed some questions to them. We said, we have a problem. We're looking for novel solutions. Well, LA did have some ideas, of course. That's what they do for a living. They introduced us to a new concept. They said, what you are calling an operation, we call a performance. That's what we do. We put on performances. And before we start working on that performance, we have to define the stage that the performance is going to take place on. Then you have to know who your audience is. Who are you playing to? Who are you trying to fool? Once you assemble those two pieces, you can pretty much choose the time and choose the place and simply overwhelm them with your performance. Then they showed us some tools that they used. The one that really caught our eye is what's called a stunt double mask. You all know how they're used. When the movie star is so famous or so good looking that they can't risk damaging him, we liked the idea of stunt double masks. They're quick on, they're quick off, they dramatically change your appearance, and we started using them and found them to be valuable to our operations. But that audience piece of it did not allow you to get close enough to one of those masks before the illusion fell apart and you saw it was a mask. So we went back to our disguise labs out at Langley, and we invented a whole new genre of masks. Masks that are so good, that are so realistic, that you can actually get up close and have a personal contact with someone for an extended period of time.
And
They're
you'd
good
never know.
enough that you can brief the President of the United States in the Oval Office wearing a mask. And he isn't sure if it's you or if it's someone else. Those masks were the beginning of a whole new generation of work that we did at the CIA.
So could you imagine what they could do now behind cameras?
Once we could make these masks that fit you so well, then we discovered we could make a twin. We could make another you. There could be two of you. We could actually make 5 or 6 of you, but usually one extra was all we needed.
We will respond accordingly. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops.
But that's only the tip of the iceberg. As longtime CIA lawyer John Rizzo tells it, the relationship between the spy agency and La La Land is quite cozy. In his new book, Company Men, Rizzo says that actors, producers, and other movie-making power players were always happy to help out the CIA in any way they could.
You work for the very enemy you thought you were fighting.
It's impossible.
Then tell me why you've never been to Langley. You've been lied to. All lower-level agents have been lied to. I am trying to help you here.
So you're saying I'm working for the enemy? And that you are the enemy?
Sydney, this is your last chance. You have to go.
This is your last chance. You need to go. Why did it not switch? There we go. Nope, it's Owen. Was it? Are you Wayne? Nope. No. Yep. What was that? ECAS Wayne, you got the part. He hasn't looked at the camera. Are you on? What decade is this? I don't. Mike's running. Good. They can't take double mate. Yeah, what? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you Wayne? Nope, it's Owen. What decade is this? I don't know. Does Canada have CIA? Nope. We have CSIS. Believe me, I know. Okay, I'm just trying to catch up on the chat. Okay. All governments have secrets.
Before working in government, I was... The funniest thing about working in government is before working in government, I was not conspiratorial at all.
No.
After leaving government, I'm slightly more conspiratorial.
In what
and
sense?
that's because I saw exactly how the entire COVID thing happened. And I watched it happen with my very eyes, and I knew it was weird, and I knew nothing was adding up, and I knew people were making giant assumptions and pretending they knew when they didn't know.
Are we talking about the whole wear a mask thing? when it
Everything,
turns
the
out
mask,
it
the
doesn't?
distancing, the lockdown, it was like, wait a second. Like, I thought, oh shit, like, are some of these conspiracies like real? Because I'm watching a real one happen. The funniest thing about working in government.
So this is your channel, right? I don't usually promote channels like this. This is your channel, right?
I know you've been waiting. I'm sorry. Getting everything set up, it just ain't snap finger and it happened. Unfortunately, there's a lot going on my stream, and get it all up and running takes a minute. Anyway, thank you for your patience. Make sure to...
Who did this?
Can you use the word reverend? Like last time when we were
Anyways, if you guys haven't followed, give it a follow.
If the preacher or reverend is here, why are you coming back?
Nice. Give it a follow. Can we get a shout
Why
out?
do you take innocent-
Sorry, wrong person. Wow, this is awesome. I normally talk about politics. Do you? How many people you got? You got 91 followers. Not too bad. Pretty good. Good start. When did you start streaming?
Taxes and bring the price of goods back down is because Democrats love regulation. They love government oversight of businesses. That costs businesses trillions of dollars every year to jump through all these hoops. So also when Trump comes into power, he'll also reduce the regulations, which then reduces the financial burden on these businesses, which then will allow for these prices to come back down. But it's very deceiving when the news says, oh, today inflation went down 3%. It's like, it means nothing almost, essentially. So anyway, we're going to be learning about inflation together tonight alongside everybody else watching this video and this live stream.
There you go. Well, following you and see what you got. There you go. That's my co-host. Well, there you go. Let's see what we got. What you got? So far, you got 93 followers on there. Not too shabby. You got 97 followers so far.
On you when I get back home. All right, sounds good.
Let's
bro.
get you. Let's get you 100
dressed
followers.
up,
Let's
you
get
know,
you
we
into the
gotta put on these
double
masks and
digit,
everything,
triple
and
digits
we
here.
got a
Go give
jam-packed,
a
show
follow
for you
right there,
guys.
guys, on the chat. There you go. Let's see.
It will
Give a
begin.
follow. Let's get you to 100. You got one more person. We need one more person to get to 100. Let's get them into triple digits there.
But
Let's do it.
yeah, like see, like we got stuff
Let's see.
queued up, but
Boom. 100 followers right there, like that. You see how that goes? Bam. 100 followers.
but
There you go.
yeah, like see, like we got stuff.
See you at the
queued
next
up,
milestone.
all right,
Let's see. Let's refresh this. Here you go. Boom. 102 followers. There you go. 102 followers. Boom. There you go. All right. There you go. 102 followers. All right. let's move on. If you guys go check them out, give them a follow. Just starting out in the streaming business. Shoot for 12-1. All right, there you go. Not a problem, my man.
My goodness, we have a huge show today. Looks a little different, doesn't it? I am coming to you from none other than the low and bizarre. The psychopath started this. He was an alcoholic.
Mother's Day, order Susan's Essentials pack.
Oh, fuck, there's too many commercials on this. We'll
Thank
talk about it
you.
another time. Okay.
What about that? We want to show you this new video from the southern border in Sunland Park, New Mexico. Just a few hours ago,
Rocket
our
America
cameras
got
caught
a
this
sub
group
from
walking into the country
Salty.
led by cartel guides. One Border Patrol agent there told our own Matt Finn that mountain, which is in the United States, isn't ours anymore. It belongs to the cartels. That stretch of the border has been one of the busiest sectors over this past week, with more than 1,000 people a day coming across. We want to show you this new video from
Okay, I got a bunch of links here. I'm just going to play some of these links. What is this? Pfizer stocks hit after boy dies in gene therapy trial. Boom. Oh, yeah. Fucking think. Jeez. Breaking tornadoes. All right, let's see what we got here. I can't play Agenda TV. I can't Agenda Free TV. I can't play him. The guy literally will copyright strike me the moment I put him on the screen. Yep. You want a radar? I got radar. I got radar. I got radar right here. We're going to do our own fucking radar stream here. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Y'all just hold on 1 second, all right? Oh, let's get rid of this. Let's do this. Let's go my radar. Boom. All right, guys. We got a storm coming in from the east. Going to the from the west to the east. Look at this. Detroit hitting good. Oh, let's zoom out here. Holy smokes. We got a cold front, hot front, left front, right front, up front. We got a cold. Oh, yeah, look at that. Good storm front right here. Look at that 50-mile-an-hour wind right there. Don't know what the fuck I'm looking at. All I know is it looks bad.
Thank you.
I'm getting rained on. Are you? We have sirens to our north, Columbus. So right up here. Oh, yeah, I could see that. 50-mile-an-hour winds up there, baby. Yeah, I could see that. You know what's going to happen, eh? This shit's going to hit here. It's going to come up and hit this lake. And somebody that was asking me a while ago where I live, I'm in this area right here. Just outside of Ottawa and Montreal. This is where I am, right here. Boom. This area right here is where I'm going to be shooting the movies. Just saying. Anyways. Yeah, all this is going to come right towards me. Toronto's getting hit right now too. So that storm is north 160, Delaware, Ohio. Yeah. So we got Niagara Falls, Hamilton, Detroit. Right here, fucking is getting pretty bad, eh? Delaware right here is gonna get hit. Yep. Got Detroit or Columbus. I think Columbus is getting I think it's a tornado warning here. If I'm not mistaken. Tornado watch. Severe thunderstorm. So we got severe thunder. Let's see. Very interesting. All right. I would be a shitty weatherman. Just saying. Almost as bad as fucking like a NASCAR announcer. We got Johnny coming up to the left. He's accelerating past Marcus. Marcus is now behind, doing another left turn on the straightaway. Oh, up to the next corner, turning a left. Just saying. I would suck. I am Sarah from the South Louisiana. I'm 40 years old and I'm voting for Kennedy 24 only. Never Biden, never Trump. Wow. I'm Hugh Howard. Has an ancient age and shall vote for Kennedy in 2024 as I did in 1960. Kennedy's getting some votes, eh? Nobody hears from him anymore. Holy shit. All right, let's get some videos going here.
Oh.
That's just stupid voting to prove a point, I guess. That's all it is. That is all it is. $124, 40% tax. Here's my money. $17.75, 2% tax.
The people what the fuck this is.
This is a heart monitor from the vaccine that I took.
What happened?
It gave me a pericarditis in my heart.
Which vaccine did you take?
Pfizer.
Was this your first, second?
All three.
You took all three, and what did it do to you?
It gave me pericarditis in my heart.
What the fuck is that?
My heart's inflamed. Yeah.
You part black, right?
Yes.
The black part of you is slapping you. Fucking guy.
Donald Trump. They said he participated in an erection.
3% will always fight for the rest. I agree. Ain't that the truth? You know, you got to be fucking really stupid to want to try to take down Donald Trump, knowing he could become the president of the United States again. And if he does, what do you think your life is going to be like? This is why they can't allow it to happen.
Taxpayer dollars. And inside this rust and feces-filled drain, we can see a Washington, D.C. politician in the larval stage of its life cycle. You can see the tiny worm-like tentacles reaching for a handout for what will eventually be taxpayer dollars.
We got to do it again. We got to do it one more time. One more.
And inside this rust and feces-filled drain, we can see a Washington, D.C. politician in the larval stage of its life cycle. You can see the tiny worm-like tentacles reaching for a handout for what will eventually be taxpayer dollars.
That's fucking perfect.
In fact, traumatic negative.
Oh, that's fucking perfect.
When the COVID vaccines were first being distributed to the public, the vaccine inserts were intentionally left blank because they were never safe and effective. And for those who did their own research, they were discovered to be deadly. The Moderna patent for this mRNA technology stated that they contain self-assembling lipid nanoparticle technology. And now that an estimated 600 million doses have been administered to the US public, Bill Gates admits this.
Making the mRNA is really easy and really cheap, and that's the magic of this thing. But there's no doubt in the next 5 years, we can, we just need to mess around. There's a lot of lipid nanoparticles, and some are very self-assembling. There's no inherent reason it's not thermal stable, it's not cheap, and it's not scalable. And so, as over the 5 years, we fix that part of it, mature it, which is very typical, we'll be able to build factories worldwide that can make $2 vaccines with even less lead time than we've had to have here during this pandemic.
Bill says these mRNA shots can easily be programmed to administer any type of spike protein pathogen. And the Moderna patent lists several, over 100 pathogens that can be control-released over time, so that deaths will appear to be random and mysterious. Those injected are understandably having a hard time accepting this reality. And while they are busy trying to figure out where all the heart attacks, turbo cancer, and neurological disease is coming from, they are being told that it's due to climate change and that regular pandemics are to now be expected. During the rollout of the experimental shots, mainstream media pundit Chris Cuomo pushed for vaccine passports and attacked vaccine hesitancy.
How are they going to know who's vaccinated? You just said they showed the card. That's not the answer. The answer is a vaccine passport. Part of the reason that you're seeing what you're seeing in Florida is because of vaccine hesitancy.
Cuomo is now claiming to be injured from the vaccines.
So today, the New York Times released an article that's getting a lot of play that says that there are thousands of people who say they're still suffering side effects they believe from the vaccine. We know that vaccines can have unintended consequences, aka side effects, but nobody's really talking about it because they're too afraid of blame and they just want it to go away. But the problem is people like Sean and me and millions of others who still have weird stuff with their blood work and their lives and their feelings, physically, are not going away.
And he is saying we need a 9/11 style commission to figure it all out.
You need to have a 9/11 style commission to figure out what worked and what didn't and what questions need to be answered, because it's not over. So not only are we not set up for the next pandemic, and there will be one, but we're not treating people, millions of people, who still have problems from the last one.
Cuomo assures us that there will be another pandemic, and this does seem to be the one sure thing in today's uncertain times. The released notes on the current discussions of the WHO pandemic treaty are all about profit margins. Disease X is coming. The US dollar is beyond saving, but while it still has a heartbeat, there are billions to be made by another fake pandemic. And the CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, is saying that because of artificial intelligence, continuing the depopulation agenda is a good thing.
I could argue in the developed countries, the big winners are countries that have shrinking populations. The social problems that one will have in substituting humans for machines is going to be far easier in those countries that have declining populations.
So long as we the people do nothing, the outcome is predictable. We will be slaves to a bureaucratic, non-human system run by machines. And if we want to remain human and save our souls, then we had better stop being complacent audience members and start getting involved. Pfizer whistleblower Dr. Michael Yeadon recently said the obvious. Without an insurrection, we can expect a new event that will trigger a digital ID connected to a digital currency
and
a wave of fake pandemics with mandated shots until the population reaches their desired levels. And as long as we remain stubbornly divided, we don't stand a chance. Reporting for InfoWars, this is Greg Reese.
So true. So freaking true. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze something first. Okay, what do we got? We got. Oh, is that gonna work? It's working. It's working like a charm. And now there's those people who try to stand up. Yeah, well, that's the problem. Right there.
The U.S. Supreme Court handed a major win for personal property owners across the entirety of America. Specifically, in a 9-0 unanimous decision, the U.S. Supreme Court, they for one significantly limited the scope of the Clean Water Act as well as the EPA, and in so doing, they limited the federal government's ability to dictate what you and I can or cannot do on our own properties. The U.S. Supreme Court handed
about fucking time. Oh, fucking time. Hey, you guys, you have to go get going. Thanks again for the follows and getting me over 100 hump. Thank you. It kills me to leave. Love the stream, Wayne. Keep up the good work, bro. You too, my man. You have a good one, and not a problem. Just a tip: don't go into too many streams and drop your link and stuff like that. I find a lot of people on YouTube or on Twitch are very sensitive to that kind of shit. So just talk to them and get to know them before you do that, and then you'll build up a lot more friends that way. Trust me. I don't know what it is. People are like, they're my viewers. They're my viewers. I got to keep my viewers. So just keep up the good work. Keep doing what you're doing. You'll be good. From what I can see, you're doing all right. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Just keep up. Be consistent. Just be consistent. Love you, brother. Be good. Or be good at it. If you guys haven't noticed, I've been blowing my nose on Justin Trudeau all night long.
Talk about the administration's ban on incandescent bulbs and halogen bulbs starting August 1st, 2023. I think this is really important, right? We've had these bulbs since the dawn of time, basically since the 1900s. They're very soothing, they're very relaxing. If you like to read a book, you just turn on a lamp with the incandescent and you can read that book just fine. But these LED bulbs, on the other hand, in which they want to have in every home, can actually cause anxiety and restlessness. They can mess with your melatonin levels inside your brain. They're actually linked to blindness, which is crazy when you get into the studies. They also flicker like crazy, and they also emit microwave radiation. That's what they want to bring into our home. LED bulbs that are emitting microwave radiation. On top of that, when it gets really weird, you get into the smart bulbs. The smart bulbs can actually sync up to your phone, sync up to your Alexa, sync up to your stove, to your fridge, to all your devices in which they can use to monitor you. It gets real weird with these bulbs, that's for sure. And there's actually a little hidden clause in which when you buy these new LED smart bulbs that you agree to give all your information to Google, to Microsoft, and all the other corporations as soon as you buy the bulb and install it into your home. So it's important to be aware of this on all these different topics related to LEDs and why you should stock up on incandescents and halogens.
I want a big juicy steak right now. Is it wrong that I just watched that and all I'm thinking about is a nice big juicy steak? Oh man, my nose is like fucking running like crazy. I don't know if I'm getting sick. I hope I'm not getting sick. Hope it's just allergies. Use half bridge and not a full bridge to convert AC to DC or to CCD. It is long COVID. Could be long COVID. I had COVID like what, 2 years ago, so maybe it is.
No, it's vegan. Bro, I can't eat burgers, bro. You know I'm vegan. No. It's vegan. Oh, it's vegan? Yes. This smells so good, dude. Thank you. The egg and everything too? Dude, vegan eggs. You're sure it's vegan? Yes, 100% sure. I'm gonna take a bite. Holy shit! Yup. This is the best burger I've ever fucking had. Like deadass, you would never think that it's fake meat. Fake meat? What are you talking about? You would never think it's fake meat. No, dude, it's real meat. It's just vegan. How is it real meat if it's vegan? Like the meat is vegan. That's real meat, dude. It's vegan meat. What do you think vegan means? Like the cows be eating the grass and shit, right? No, that's grass fed, you idiot. Are you fucking dumb? Who would have fucking knew? That's what vegan means? That shit was good. You even said it yourself.
That shit was good. You even said it yourself.
5 years old. Why inject the children? Why inject 6-month-old babies and kids under 5 years old? Why inject the children?
Yeah. So the answer is very simple. The goal of PhRMA, and this is the professional lobbying organization. This is the organization that spends more to corrupt Congress than any other lobbying organization in the world. But the goal of PhRMA is to try to get the coronavirus injection onto the National Childhood Vaccine Schedule. And the reason for that is that would make permanent what under the PrEP Act and what under the Emergency Use Authorization is only a temporary immunity shield. What PhRMA has set out to do, and by the way, the reason why President Trump in September 19th, 2019, signed the executive order that put in motion what we now call Operation Warp Speed 4 months before there was actually any reason to have an Operation Warp Speed, because there allegedly hadn't been any coronavirus yet. But forget the timing of it. The reason why Alex Azar forced President Trump to sign the executive order in September of 2019 before patient number 1 in Wuhan was because PhRMA, the same organization that put up his nomination to get him into being Health and Human Services Secretary, wanted to get genetically modified injectables onto the National Childhood Vaccine Schedule. And the entire reason why we have been going after the 6-month-old is because if we can put it on the childhood vaccine schedule, then the liability shield is permanent. And we have to make sure every elected official in America knows that that is the reason why we are going to now kill infants and children in this country. And every single person who thinks that abortion is the topic we should be talking about is forgetting the fact that we are debating on whether or not abortion should or shouldn't happen. We are going to kill more children, and these are alive and breathing children. We are going to kill more children by injection than abortion ever touched. And unfortunately, I have not heard the moral outrage of this injection anywhere close to the same fever pitch that people have had around abortions. And the fact of the matter is, we are going to kill more babies, infants, and children now, and make sure their lives are permanently impaired. So anybody who tells me they're pro-life and they're not out in front on this thing is a hypocrite. We have to be opposed to scheduling genetic modification of our children once they are alive, once they are out of the womb. And we have to be very clear on the fact that unless we do that, we are going to watch a genocide of our children unlike anything any abortion clinic could have ever pulled off.
Wow. That's fucked.
Why?
Isn't that fucked up? I love meat on a stick too. Too soon. Too soon. Dave likes meat on a stick. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Uh-oh. Stinky.
There we go. Oh my.
Not too long after she started attending school there, I noticed a behavior change. First thing she did was come home and want to cut her hair. And not too long after that, I was called into the school to attend a meeting with the assistant principal, teachers, and her counselor. And I was asked to sign a paper to allow my child to change her name and be using different pronouns. And I said, absolutely not. I stood up, absolutely not. And my child became very angry at me in the room. But she had all the support of her teachers and the staff there, volunteers, everybody in the school district there in that school. I became her enemy at that point.
And you said she wanted to be referred to as a boy named Felix?
Felix the cat. She identified with Felix and being a furry in the beginning, and I thought it was just a comical thing. I also thought it's not serious. It's just a child's fantasy, a play game. But it escalated quickly. Then she started changing her clothes, dressing like a boy. And she asked me to call her Felix. And I said, absolutely not. And that was the beginning of the road of horror. Well, I became the enemy, and they became her world. The counselor would help her. Jennifer Zaki was her counselor. I'd been in her office many times, concerned about what's going on with my child. And she was always on my child's side on every issue. It was like my child had a new best friend. And what I said didn't matter anymore. And everything that she was believing, they affirmed it by letting her, be called whatever she wanted to be called, even though I did not sign the form for them to do that. And the first thing I noticed when I walked in there, all the gay, lesbian flags hanging up everywhere, So the influence was there. I just wasn't paying attention to it then. And I trusted the facility to help her in her studies, not affirm her that she's not a girl, that she's born in the wrong body. Where's that coming from?
What did the school say about this? I mean, when you tried to confront them about it, what was the response?
It was kind of a brush off thing. Like, no, that's not happening. Like, there was no big deal. Like, it wasn't an issue to them at all.
Crazy. There is no such thing. Yeah. Raise your hand if you're tired of this shit.
Conspiracy theory.
Rat food. If you go to the
What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Rat food. If you go to the National Institute of Health's website, it's a .gov, you'll see all the vitamins and minerals that are required to be in rat food. Not suggested, required. They don't care about your dog, your cat, your horse, or any other pets, but rat food is required to contain all the vitamins and minerals necessary to be a healthy body. But why the rats? Because of lab rats. They test all kinds of stuff on a lab rat to get an idea on how it would affect a human body, and failing on a lab rat's not a big deal. It happens all the time. And when you're developing medicine intended for the masses, you need to start with a good healthy body that you can manipulate to be in the condition to see how your medicine is going to work. And they go through a lot of rats. And since they need all these healthy rats, and you can't get insurance on a rat, so you better keep it healthy. And the best way that they have found to keep a rat healthy is to feed it properly. So why don't they have that nutrient requirement on all pet foods? Well, it's because you buy medicine for your pets. You can get insurance on your pets. There's money to be made. Speaking of insurance, do you know how much a sick baby is worth? The FDA has a required nutrient list for infant formula as well, but the rats get more. Pretty wild, huh? You think that's wild? Google "dead doctors don't lie." Look for this guy right here and watch that.
That's fucked.
Properly diagnosed, and here I am today. I was diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis due to dangerously high inflammation levels caused by ignored signs and symptoms for my lifetime by our medical care system. Today I'm at Costco, and I just had to build awareness about the fact that not one piece of meat in these images is clean for human consumption, filled with hormones, antibiotics, chemicals, dyes. Nothing is organic, nothing is grass-fed. Even the ground beef says organic but does not say grass-fed. This is not clean enough to eat. Then I stumbled upon the wall of Fruit Loops filled with dyes, additives, and GMO corn. This is a crisis across our country. This was me over.
Wow. I'm not sure. All right, good to know. I hope Costco goes to shit. That's kind of mean.
Heart medicine, dandelions, and they can only make money off of sick people, not healthy people. Heart medicine, dandelions, and Roundup. That sounds crazy, right? But you know what? They all fit together like a puzzle. You know why? Those little yellow dandelions that grow in your yard that they tell you to hate, they're terrible. They're actually the greatest thing on the earth for your heart. The enzymes and the electrolytes can literally cleanse and strengthen your heart valves and muscles more than anything else, and it's natural and free. The crazy thing is, the same company that owns the heart medicine, that is the highest sold heart medicine in the entire world, that makes hundreds of millions of dollars a year, is the same exact company that owns Roundup. Yeah. They can only make money off.
Well, that'll make you think, eh? Hey, ho, 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 give us pizza and then we'll go. Garlic breast? What the fuck?
Prime Minister, if you could just please talk to me about the AstraZeneca vaccine. We're hearing about people showing up to their appointments in Montreal. When they hear it's AstraZeneca, they don't want to get it. What's your message to people who are worried about getting this vaccine?
Health Canada and our experts and scientists have spent an awful lot of time making sure that every vaccine approved in Canada is both safe and effective. Therefore, the best vaccine for you to take is the very first one that is offered to you. That is how we get through this as quickly as possible and as safely as possible.
Yeah, now AstraZeneca is literally taking their shit off of the shelf because they know that it's associated with heart problems and that. Okay, what am I looking at here? Fat, same trans fat. Is it just not real fat? Is it fat, but it's trans? I don't understand. We got vitamin D. Oh my God. What is this? Cultured cream and skim milk? Modified cornstarch? Sugar, gum, sodium, calcium? No, look where they put the bioengineered. Oh, distributed by, right here. Contains a bioengineered food ingredient. Oh, they put it all the way down here. Instead of putting it up here, they put it down here. I like how they did that. So people start reading that, then they don't. Sneaky fuckers, eh? Sneaky fuckers. Make you think you're starting to read the ad or the address of the company, and then they fucking put it there.
Let's go! Ho! Let's go!
There's a car.
Yeah! Everybody dance now! Let's go! Ho! Let's go!
There's a car.
Get the fuck out of the road.
They probably appear to be, all of these networks here, they probably appear to be legitimate, right?
Yeah.
But they're not.
These are all fake networks?
They're all powered by me. So as soon as you connect to any of those, I have your password, I have anything in between. So that's one thing. That's just Wi-Fi.
And you just, oh man. So is this how people are stealing information?
This is one of many ways.
In airport.
In an airport? Oh yeah, I mean airport, Starbucks. When you, it's called a man-in-the-middle attack. So if I'm on the same network as you, I can essentially control the traffic as if I was the modem or router. So instead of when you type google.com, instead of your computer telling the router you want google.com, you're telling my computer you want google.com, and I'm giving you what I'm telling you google.com is. So it would be called a DNS attack. All of these networks.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so what did you say? Modifying cornstarch? Locust bean gum. What the fuck is locust bean gum? What is locust bean gum? The fuck is that? No, I'm not looking it up.
In the community and the
young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is.
Not everybody in the community, in the Hispanic and the African American community, particularly in rural areas that are distant and or inner city districts, know how to get online.
young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word.
Oh, yes, that is why I asked. Yeah. Oh, that is some fucked up shit. That's fucked up. That's fucked up shit. Hold on. Let me send this in a messenger here. All right. Let's get rid of that.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Salty.
It's 4 terawatts annually. So how much electricity does the United States demand each year?
I don't know that number off the top of my head.
Okay, it's 4 terawatts annually. So the Secretary of Energy didn't know it. The EPA doesn't know it. FERC probably doesn't know it. Who else doesn't know it in this country? And we're mandating electric vehicles. What's the percentage increase in electricity demand if we get to the 2030 and 2035 mandates that your agency is pushing for and the administration is pushing for? What is the percentage increase that we will need?
0.4% in 2030 and 4% in 2050.
Okay, so the Secretary of Energy sat right there 2 weeks ago, and she said it's going to double our electricity demand, and you're giving me a much more accurate or at least specific answer. You guys have no idea how much demand is going to be there. Where is that electricity going to come from?
Well, first of all, we did analyze the demand that the implementation of these proposals.
EPA analyzed it, or
yes, we did. We analyzed it as part of our.
Where is the electricity going to come from?
Analysis. It come from a diverse grid.
It's 110 degrees in my hometown today. The wind is not blowing, the sun is shining, and after 4 hours of darkness, there will be no batteries on this planet that can produce a reliable source of baseload, dispatchable power. We have no plan for this.
That's fucked up. All right, I'm not sure what the fuck that is. All right, fuck it. It's not working. Whatever. I thought it was going to work. It's not going to work.
Not going to be my normal. Smiley, happy. This is not going to be my normal. Smiley, happy, telling you some information video. I'm fucking pissed. I lost a $50,000 a year plus fucking career over goddamn masks and this fucking pandemic. And these celebrities, because they own businesses, get to have their own fucking PPP loans and get money back while we sit here and fucking suffer, wondering how we're gonna pay electric bills, wondering how we're gonna get groceries, living off of fucking credit cards, while these fuckers just take our money? How much more tyrannical does it have to fucking get for you people to wake up?
Haha, made you think the mic was off. Haha, made you think the mic was off. That was funny. Come on, that was funny.
It's more than a doorframe.
It's my headboard. I could hear your lips smacking together. Hey, what does that sound like, Lori? That's way better that way. Fuck you.
It's seeing how far they've come. We're helping build more housing so you can build your home. Learn more at ontario.ca/morehomes.
The world's first titanium nonstick pan. It's gonna blow your hair back. I'm Mike Pagale, 3 Michelin chef, and I've been cooking for 25 years. You like badass shit? Well, here you go. This is the coolest innovation of our lifetime. The nonstick surface is made with titanium. There's no coating on it.
On students, live streamed on Ante 5.
This is live, by the way.
Moment by moment. We cannot turn away from the truth of these images. We cannot deny this horrific imagery. This complicity is as clear as ever. For it is not only about severing ties with institutions that are complicit in genocide, that uphold the systematic oppression of Palestinians. It is about acknowledging that empire takes form in similar ways no matter where it is. That violent systemic repression is used here in the Netherlands and around the globe to silence Palestinians, anti-Zionist Jews, and those who advocate for their right to exist, their right to return, their right to live freely on their land. Let us not be mistaken. It is the UMA that makes us unsafe. They gave these direct orders to attack us with 30 riot police bands and hundreds of police. It is their inaction on divestment that continues to make us all unsafe. And yesterday, the UMA exposed itself as an arm of state repression, as a surveillant, psychologically and physically abusive entity. This police repression exists because a liberated Palestine puts into question the entire imperial order. The UMA understands what kinds of threats we pose to their hegemonic order, to their colonial legacy.
Where the fuck was that? I just fucking lost it.
The board simply would not police us in such a way if they did not grasp how powerful we really are. Last night, the CBB agreed to meet one of the students' demands, claiming that disclosing ties was sufficient for student protesters to disperse and engage in dialogue. Crucially, they omit the fact that the university is legally bound to disclose their ties with Israeli institution in accordance with the Freedom of Information Request Act. They have been delaying this procedure for months, playing into the typical approach of diverting and distracting from the core of the student movement, a movement that demands the cessation of all ties with Israeli universities, institutions, and research projects, each of which are directly entangled in Israel's repressive regime of subjugation, oppression, and domination.
What's with the drums?
Ties are not simply innocent student exchanges that the university makes them out to be. Their neutrality is as lethal as the bombs that kill, if not more. We see right through the university's abhorrent statements. We see through twisted media representations. We denounce any attempt at dismissing our liberation movement, our anti-oppression movement, our movement for the Palestinian people. Gaza. The effort to rebuild Gaza will take more than a decade. The educational infrastructure needed to return it to pre-October levels is not something that the University of Amsterdam, as an entity that is complicit in the scholasticide to begin with, can even attempt to remedy. The only path forward is a total academic boycott of Israel. A boycott that does not target identity, but targets complicity of institutions involved in the violation of human rights and war crimes. The time for BDS is now. It is now or never. I want you all here to educate yourselves on what the PACME boycott means and inform your
2
colleagues.
hours
This is the
later.
only way we can properly support our students in their demonstrations. Make a pledge for BDS within your
Fucked up.
within your research schools, at all levels of scale, not only at the faculty or university level. Academic BDS.
Well, I'm gonna check to see if there's another live feed. Would you say Locust was live? Which one was it that you said was live? I don't see it. I don't see it. No, it's not live anymore. It's fucked up. Anyways, Summer of Love, incoming, baby. It's gonna be fucking crazy. It's gonna be crazy. The protests and stuff like that's gonna happen. It's gonna be crazy. I like what she's saying. I just don't want to live in the same house with her. Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Oh my god. What is going on? My nose. Thank God I got a bunch of Justin Trudeau to snot on them. Alright, we got that. What's this? Agenda free TV. Can't play him. This and that. This and that and that and this and this and that and that. Alright. I see it. What's this? Oh, it won't let me. Okay, hold on. I got it.
You know, I love a whistleblower more than just about anything in the entire world. And an ER nurse is suing her former employer, Tenova Healthcare in Clarksville, Tennessee. It's a federal lawsuit. I assume it's a wrongful termination lawsuit, suing them for $7.5 million, claiming that it is retaliation after she refused to change documentation in patients' charts. So the lawsuit claims that there were two cases in particular, one in which a male patient died of cardiac arrest in the triage area due to a lack of open beds and proper monitoring. And she documented that there were not enough beds available. And the lawsuit claims that this was a violation of the Tennessee Public Protection Act and is an EMTALA violation. The supervisor directed her afterwards to change her charting, to omit it, because, quote, it gives a lawyer a case on a silver platter,
right.
End quote. And in the second case, the patient was exhibiting signs of sepsis, needed treatment, was waiting for a PICC line and treatment, and I believe that they ended up dying because of a lack of treatment. And she documented there was a lack of safe staffing that led to this. And she was told to omit that from the chart and refused. And 1 month later, she was terminated. So I am so glad that this nurse has lawyered up. I am sure that the attorney is pointing her towards OSHA and the NLRB and all the things. I'm going to follow this case. Someone put me in touch with her because you know I love a whistleblower more than anything. And I hope she buys an island and retires after she wins this case. And never change your documentation. Your documentation is your documentation.
Wow. That is freaking wild. Oh, shit, eh? Oh. I like it when she say, okay, I'm just trying to catch up on all the chats here. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Oh, freaks. I got fucking sparkles all over me from my girls. Not the strippers, but the girls. Weird that this is not Canada. I really sound like Canada's creepy house. It is. It's fucked up, man. It's really fucked up. Fuck, I can't get it to switch over. There you go. Fuck, I couldn't get it to switch. You don't see this kind of shit for Joe Biden, so I don't know why the fuck they're even gonna, like, why he's even trying, to be honest with you.
The vaccines were, turns out that, the vaccines were developed not by Moderna and Pfizer. They were developed by NIH. They're owned, the patents are owned 50% by NIH. Nor were they manufactured by Pfizer or by Moderna. They were manufactured by military contractors. And basically, Pfizer and Moderna were paid to put their stamps on those vaccines as if they came from the pharmaceutical industry. But, that's not what they were doing. They were coming from, this was a military project from the beginning. Turns out that, the vaccines.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what is this? Hold on, so look at. I want to
see a Washington, D.C. politician in the larval stage of its life cycle. You can see the tiny worm-like tentacles reaching for a handout for what will eventually be taxpayer dollars. And
Oh. Once again, I want to point out that the Dems have backup press candidates. Yeah. Man, tonight went by real quick. It did. It went by really quick. I can't believe how fast it went by. All right. So it was part of World War III. Nope. Fuck, Lori. Why did it go by so quick, Lori? Why did it go by so quick? I feel like I'm coming down with a cold. Like I don't understand it. It's weird. I don't know. Fuck, we dropped a couple. We only needed 6 followers to. Fuck, we dropped a couple. We only needed 6 to get to 12,000. We'll go back. It's like someone's fucking with me. Where is? Hold on. Oh! I want to see if I can get this to work. A cold is your body detoxing? Is that what it is? From all that fucking garbage? I've been doing really good. I slipped up one day. One day I slipped up. The rest I've been like really sticking to it. But I slipped up one day. I had a burger. Yeah. It's fucked up. Oh, let's see. Is he going? Okay. Burger element, I see. Yeah, it was definitely the burger element. Okay, let's see. He's gonna go live in a little bit. We'll do that. What else we got here, Lori? I hardly make any desserts. Yeah, those links. It's not working.
You know,
It's not. I don't know why the fuck it's not working. No, well, whatever. It is what it is. Let's see what else we got here. Fuck it. Oh, so what do we do now? We get naked? Lori, what do we do? Do we get naked? I think we get naked. That's what I'm going to do. All right, listen. You guys have been absolutely amazing. I don't know what it is. I'm like fucking snotting up a storm and I'm beat tired. If it's okay, I'm leaving my clothes on. Fuck, okay. Whatever. You always make me do things alone. Listen, guys, keep your head up. Keep it out of sight. Tell your loved ones you love them tonight. Don't wait for tomorrow because tomorrow's not promised. And most importantly, guys, if you can't be good at it. Until tomorrow night, be here or be queer. It's up to you. And if you don't show up, you're probably a Biden supporter. Stay for the raid, please. It helps me out, help other people. And you know what I mean? We'll go from there. Let's roll credits. Rolling credits. I love you guys.
I came from the mud.
Thank you guys for everything.
On my hands. Strong like a tree.
Marcel's not a man. He's a trans. Not a real man. Marcel.
They say born a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at
nice and tight. All right, stay for the Ray, people. Let's go. Be as toxic as fuck. Bridge, Kirk, Rockland, Oldie, 01, Cindy, Hart, NetPC, Jason, S. Barbara. Thank you guys. Susan, love you. Lori, love you. Let's do this. I'm going to drop you guys off at the homeless shelter. Here we go.